Alex, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thank you for coming today.
No worries. Obviously, we have to solve this problem that Jane has given us, an ultimatum. If we don't solve this, we'll be out quite soon, permanently.
Yeah, so we definitely need to come to some sort of resolution today, I think.
Yeah, so I thought about it, and I personally recommend that, have you thought about using a cafe during the daytime to write your work instead of staying at the flat?
Well, the issue that I have with using a cafe is that I listen to classical music whilst I'm working. So I probably won't be able to work from a cafe and then the distractions around me. So it's already hard enough with the distractions working from home, working somewhere else with distractions around me would be quite difficult. Yeah. So I'd say one of the issues as to why we're here is obviously because we can't get on and Jane wants us to be able to resolve it amicably.
Yeah.
I work from home, you work from home, we both need to work to be able to put a roof over our heads, so we do need to resolve the things that we've got, the issues that we've got today. My issue is with why I'm not being able to work is because of the noise that's coming from your unit.
Yeah.
And that's leading to me making complaints because I'm not getting my work done, I'm behind on deadlines, I'm going to get a penalty if I don't make this deadline, and then it's impossible for me to focus whilst I've got that noise blaring from your unit. Yeah, so that's like how I feel about things. How do you feel about
Personally, I feel like this matter is just finding a solution for it. And if the cafe wouldn't work for you because you would like to listen to music, we could try that. You try the nighttime after between 4, because during nighttime I'm working, and I could use the daytime instead of both of us using it. So therefore, when you use the nighttime, and you get much more work done, and you can listen to classical music while nighttime as well. So, and I wouldn't be there to complain or anything. I would be at work. So, and I would work till pretty late, so I wouldn't really care. So, did you want to use the nighttime set, and I use the daytime?
Shall we just explore some different options before we make a decision? Because I don't think that's viable for me either, because I work at home during the day. On the night time I've got other commitments, so trying to work on a night wouldn't be viable for me either. Like, that's my daytime is my working time. So if we're just looking at a few different options, one that I came up with was that you find a commercial space to be able to practice your guitar in that's more susceptible to the noise that you're making. Obviously you're in the same situation as what I am. You probably won't be able to find a commercial space. It's not viable in terms of financial costs, and it's not viable for me to go to a cafe or find an office space because that's not financially viable either. I did notice that you practice adjacent to my wall, which is where I study. Well, it certainly feels like that with the noise that comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth you moving to a different room so that you're not directly adjacent to where I'm studying, to where my study is. The layout on the units, your study is at the other side of the unit, so it wouldn't be adjacent on walls to each other. And the other option that I came up with was for you to invest in some guitar amp compatible headphones to use when practicing. They're not relatively expensive, and there's some really well priced that give out that is soundproof, so that you can plug that into your amp to play your guitar, so that you can still have that sound, because I assume you need it extremely loud to be able to have that good understanding of your own music. So that was an option that I also looked at. And with me as well, like, I'll also try and do, I thought if I try and also look at options to be able to cancel out that noise, But if you invest in some headphones and I was to invest in some headphones and I play my classical music through my headphones whilst I'm working, then that could be an option for me. But I was thinking definitely an option for you is that you do look at investing in some headphones.
All right. I just want to get to the underlying, between us, the interest, very much so. So look, the main problem here is we both would like to work in the daytime, and obviously the music, the noise coming out from my apartment, it's affecting you. So I just wanted to ask if is the music or noise just not to your taste, or it's just too loud? Because if it's too loud, it doesn't matter where the room where I'm playing it at. So I just want to know if it's the music that's not your taste because you're more of a classical, therefore you do not like the electric guitars, the sounds of it, or was it that, it's just, noise is certainly just too loud? If that's the case, then moving rooms wouldn't be an option here at all.
It's definitely too loud. It's not that it's not my taste in music. I think you play your music very well, and it is just the fact that it is extremely loud throughout the day so that I can't concentrate. So yeah, it is the noise. So moving room probably isn't an option. But I definitely think that the other one could be an option with the headphones. Do you think that is an option for you?
That could be an option for both of us. But in the same time, it's a bit difficult because obviously buying the headphones also means costing us both money. Yeah, so maybe on your part and on our part. So obviously money will be involved in that issue for that option. But I feel like we could find another better option as well around it. So right now, because we both would like to work in daytime, and honestly, I would like to know more about what you do during your daytime. If you could, just let me know. Like, is it something to do with much, thinking involved? That's why you didn't want the noise, or?
Yeah, so I'll give you a bit of history as to my current situation. So I'm a writer. I have a manuscript due in 2 weeks, and if I don't get that manuscript done within the next 2 weeks, I get penalised $1,000 per week. So obviously a small investment of $100 into some noise cancelling headphones is a lot cheaper for me than waiting for the problem to solve. So I do have it does involve a lot of thinking. It involves actually trying to focus whilst I'm writing. And I do rely on it for my income and also not to end up losing income.
I heard you're going on a holiday. Is that a thing?
Yes, I'm going on a holiday in 2 weeks' time. Which was hopefully when my manuscript was completed. But at this rate, we're trying to manage the noise coming from your unit and doing the manuscript, I'm predicting it's going to be at least the next 4 weeks now. So going on a holiday doesn't even seem an option at the minute.
Yeah, I see.
So I have to cancel it.
Look, obviously you don't want to take the nighttime, and I don't want to take the nighttime, and we both want to work on the daytime. So because we both have commitments at nighttime. And you just told me your situation. You have a manuscript due in 2 weeks. You can't afford to miss it. Plus, you have a holiday coming up, which means this money is really important for your holiday and your other commitments as well. And personally, I don't think you playing your classical music would be a problem. It's now much more of my part, the noise coming out from my level. I was thinking, going back to what you said, the headphones and the amplifier, I found out that we could use an amplifier and a headphone for the electric guitar. And in this case, will you be willing to pay full price for it, for both the headphones and the amplifier?
No. Not for yours. I pay for my own.
I mean, think about it, because right now, even when the police came to my part, they can't do anything because it's acceptable during that daytime certain period.
It's not necessarily acceptable. So there's a residential noise pollution fact sheet, and for multi-units, it's actually a ratio of about 4.5 decimals. So 4.5 decimals is similar to what you'd experience within a library. That's how your noise pollution should be throughout the daytime. For example, say 50 decibels is the sound of angle grinder.
Yeah.
So you can imagine your guitar is similar to 50 decibels.
True, but in
It's
the
definitely
same
not
time,
the 4.5 decimal, that should be the residential.
in the same
requirement.
time, the police didn't do anything after every time you complained.
Yeah, and the police I found that the police can't really do much, because at that situation, that current time, I found that to be able to, if we didn't resolve the dispute today, that I would need to log a dispute with Access Canberra, and Access Canberra would send you a formal notice. And then if that wasn't to be, if you wasn't to listen to that formal notice in terms of the noise pollution, then I'd look to resolve the issue through the ACAT court, and the ACAT court had a provision in place about noise pollution coming from tenants.
Yeah, but did you think about doing all that kind of process, which means it's more than probably a week or two, and that means you wouldn't really get your manuscript done in time, and it would be delayed, and therefore you can't go on your holiday as well.
Well, if it does come to that issue and I have to end up going down ACAT court to resolve this, the fact is that your decimals are way over what the residential point should be, regardless of what the police said. I probably just went the wrong way about complaining by ringing the police, because I was frantic and upset at the time. But looking at it from a more calm perspective, if we did go down the ACAT route, it would be your decimals are far outweighed when it comes to the residential area. And if I was to miss the deadline of losing my income and having to pay the late fees for submitting my work, I can claim damages whilst I go through ACAT court from you. So I will claim for my loss of income. And I will claim that it's postponed my holiday as well, and the cost of the holiday. So effectively, I'm going to be charged $1,000 a week for not submitting my work on time and lose the cost of my holiday. So I will be looking at claiming that back from you. So it could cost you a lot more than a pair of headphones.
Alright, well, in that case, we both want to find this a solution. And you have your holiday, and I have my work, and I'll be out in 3 weeks in on tour. Then I'll be out. I'll be back for another 3 weeks, and I'll be gone for good. And we both would like to rent this place. It's cheap, it's affordable. I did some research myself. The amplifier plus the headphones only $200. And we both wanted to be fair. And if we go down with this option, we could just go half in this. Therefore, both of us are bringing up money to solve the solution. We both can work during daytime. The noise from my level will be cancelled out, and I'll be putting a headphone. In the same time, I wouldn't be able to listen to your classical music. So, and that way it's way less cheaper than both of us, buying 2 headphones, because 2 noise cancelling headphones is quite expensive at this time. With depending what features you want and when you want it to be at these. So if we go halfway, half in each for the amplifier and the headphones, which is, I think, I did my research, it's only about $200. So we both, honestly, we just have to bring $100 each.
I just don't see why I should pay for something that's not my issue. Like, I'm living within my residential rights in terms of the noise pollution issue. That's not, and you are actually effectively breaking the law of the Residential Tenancies Act by putting out that kind of noise pollution throughout the day in a multi-unit complex. So I don't see why I should have to pay for something that you're doing wrong. I'm definitely not going to lay the money out.
But it was one of your solutions to we both get headphones.
Yeah, and I'm willing to pay for my own headphones and listen to my classical music through my headphones.
Yeah.
I'm enabled to cancel out any noise going on around me, so I'm willing to invest in that for myself to be able to bring a resolution to the table, but I'm not willing to invest in yours because
it's not out, but it's just not mine though. So think about it, for a noise cancelling headphones on the market right now, even a decent one, you're looking at about $200 itself, just itself. But if we both go half in this, so which is only 100, and you get to go on your holiday for 2,000, no delays. We can still both work daytime. It's just $100, and my headphones and amplifier would cancel out whatever music you're playing. So you get to work normally, classical music. You get to go on your holiday trip in 2 weeks. $2,000 coming your way, and nothing goes wrong with my way. And I'll be gone within 9 weeks, like in total. So it's much less investment, and therefore you don't have to take more money out, and you can save more money for your holiday trip.
Yeah, so I'm going to invest in you some noise cancelling headphones that you're going to leave anyways quite soon.
We're not noise cancelling headphones. It's just the amplifier and the headphones. But when I'm putting on headphones and playing music, I won't be able to hear you whatever you're playing from your flat.
I thought that when you had a guitar, you have an amplifier anyway.
No, I have like a stereo speaker, because that's how they normally play electric guitar. So if we cancel out the speaker, we just put the amplifier and then connect the headphones to it. That way, I can't hear whatever you're playing at your flat, and all you have to do is just invest $100, and I only have to invest $100.
Yeah,
whereas $200 is quite a lot for one headphones, even though you want to just use it for music use while you're working.
Yeah.
And you can save more money for your holiday.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Raja, but under no circumstances am I going to pay for you to have headphones because of an issue that you're creating. I would be happy to invest in some headphones if you're going to invest in your own headphones to make sure that definitely does cancel out the noise. I'm prepared to do that, but I'm not investing in your headphones because what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing effectively.
But in the same time, it's when we rent the flat, Jane has just given an ultimatum for us to both solve this issue. So if this issue is not solved anytime soon, we both have to leave. And if we leave, and you can do whatever you said, trying to claim money off me, but that ultimately is a long process, and it might take more than a week. And if we don't solve this, we will instantly be out of the flat. So you will have to look for a place, and that takes more time, and that takes more money.
Yeah.
And I have to look for flat as well. And we both don't want to. Both don't want to leave.
Yeah, definitely. We both we both want to live that. I agree.
Yeah. And we want to, at this point, we want to make the lowest, use the lowest money to get the best outcome for both of us. And in this case, it's only $100 each for investing it, and therefore you can still work your daytime. I can still work my daytime. We both don't need to go to court for this, and in the same time, we don't need to look for flat. You can still stay here. And it's only 9 more weeks, and if you want, I'll give you back. If you want, I could just after 9 weeks, depending how I go with the tour, I might give 100 back. But for the time being, I reckon we both go half in it, just to cancel the noise for these weeks.
Yes, but I'm paying for something for you to use for something that you're doing wrong. I'm not going to do that. And with all due respect, I know we have to be out in a week, and I have got my alternative options that are available to me. I'm not sorry that we don't have to be out in a week, but Jane will want us out. She'll evict us if we don't end up resolving it, and the fact is that she keeps having police turn up at our rental property. I'm prepared to persevere for the time being and not keep ringing the police and making complaints. I'll go down the right route of not involving the police, and I will go through Access Canberra and ACAT court to be able to do it. So effectively, even though it's going to cost you $200 to buy some noise cancelling headphones, and I will buy some headphones for myself as well, we can either pay out that small amount, otherwise, because you are breaking the law by what you're doing, I do take you to ACAT court and I will claim back the losses of inconvenience.
But if you say I'm breaking the law, why didn't the police arrest me at that point? So, effectively, you might not even win this case. You're just assuming that you're going to win the complaint case at Access Canberra or by any means. So that's you assuming.
Yeah.
But in the same time, what we're doing here, if we sell this deal here, $100 each, we both earn. So you don't think about you paying for me to use, because I'm also paying for it. You know what I mean?
I'm paying.
So we're paying for it so we can get through this 9 weeks, you can go on your holiday, $2,000 from your manuscript. You won't get delayed, and we can both work daytime, any daytime, and it won't matter. And I'll be out in 9 weeks. And after 9 weeks, if I have that extra 100, I'll come give you back the 100. See, don't
Do
think
you not
about
think that you should pay? And you're not guaranteed to come and give me back that 100, but do you not think that you should pay for them yourself because you're the one that's causing the noise and the issues and the disruption?
Well, I mean, I'm like doing my own thing at home, and you're the one that's constantly complaining to the officers, the police officers, and getting right now stuck in the situation where we have an ultimatum here.
But if you put yourself in my shoes and you couldn't work, so you couldn't practice your guitar because of something that I was doing, and I was preventing you from practicing your guitar, so you couldn't go on your tour and you couldn't earn your income, would you be wanting to pay for me to stop doing what I'm doing that stops you from what you do?
Well, if it's for the best right now, if I was in your case, I have a $2,000 manuscript due in this week, and all I have to do is just bring in 100, and I might get 100 in 9 weeks. I don't see why that's not the case. I should invest in it. Whereas I have to invest on a personal headphone, a noise cancelling headphone. It's about $200. So that's $200 out of my pocket while I'm still waiting for a manuscript to come in for $2,000, and plus my vacation. So I could save more money for my holiday trip, and at the same time wait for that $2,000 to come in. And maybe, in 9 weeks the other person might pay me back. And if that's not the case, in 9 weeks he'll be gone. So that's even better. It's 100 just to silence him. That's it. So don't think about it as in you're just buying something for me. But think about it as in like you're paying 100 to solve the matter so you can go on your holiday trip. And at the same time, you don't have to go through the process of, complaining to the courts for I don't know how long, and in the same time might not get it solved in time, and then we get evicted and we have to leave outside, and it's only $100, and we both put in.
It's not only $100 that I'm already struggling to be able to afford to pay for things already because of how this has already affected me.
Yeah.
Like it's been affecting me for a long time now, so I've been not meeting my deadlines and I've been losing my income already, so it has affected me to an extent already. I don't have the money to be able to lay out an additional $100 to give you.
But you suggested to buy our own headphones, so how does that add up to what you were saying before?
Yeah, well I've got my own headphones that I can use whilst I'm listening to classical music, and I know that's not going to cancel out if you was playing the guitar next door to me, but if you are using your headphones as well and I'm using my headphones, it's going to prevent a lot of the noise pollution that's coming out.
If you have your headphone and you want me to buy it, and how is that fair for my part that I have to buy a headphone just therefore you will be happy with the noise level? Because whereas, if we both throw in 100, that's fair, because you throw in 100, I have to throw in 100 too. And in 9 weeks, who knows, once I go on tour, I might earn enough money, and I'll give you the 100 if I feel like the headphones are good for me, and the amplifier as well.
There's not a lot of trust already in the relationship that we've got, so I don't have that trust to be able to just go and give you $100, trusting that you're going to spend it on some headphones and everything else. But the fact is that what you're doing, if it was somebody else that was next door to you and not myself, if we're looking at the problem and not the person, if we're looking at the actual problem itself, if it was somebody else that lived next door to you. Would you not
pay $100 to just solve the problem? In the same time, I pay $100 as well to solve the problem. So, objectively, we are fair here. Whereas, like, if you're using your headphone and you want me to pay about $200 on my own for the amplifier and the headphones, how is that fair on my part?
Because it's not fair, the fact that you are playing music to a noise level that you shouldn't be playing it.
So when you talk about putting my perspective in yours, think about your perspective in my situation. You're a musician, you play the electric guitar, you work at night at band, your income is, not too good, but in the same time you can make a living out of it. And you have to practice at night. I practice it during the daytime. Sorry about that. And where do you have the money to go buy a 200 headphones and amplifier straight from your pocket because just someone complained to you about the noise level?
Yeah. But
whereas objectively, if we both throw 100 in, fair on your part and fair on my part, we're both 100. It's 100 each though.
It's not fair
because
the fact is that I shouldn't be having to be subject to this issue anyway, because realistically, if you put the problem, if somebody else was to be living next door to you, they wouldn't be accepting of the noise. They'd be upset with it as well. Anybody would be. As a normal person who lives in a residential unit, they wouldn't want that kind of noise. So realistically, it's not fair that I'm having to lay out some money for something that shouldn't be happening.
And you think it's fair for me to take $200 straight out of my pocket to basically solve this issue? How's that
Yeah,
fair?
but then
If
you-
you were,
you
think about
pay-
it, if you were in my situation, would you think that's fair?
But you,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
definitely. But would you
How-
think it's fair if somebody was
How would
playing?
you think
Sorry,
that's
I
fair?
was speaking. If I could just speak. Would you think it was fair if somebody was preventing you from doing something that you was to earn your money that they shouldn't be doing, because effectively you shouldn't be doing it to that noise level, and that's what's not fair on me. So you're the one that's creating the unfairness. So to be able to get rid of that issue is by you, the most cost-effective solution that would come up with is by you investing in some noise-cancelling headphones, because really it just shouldn't be happening in a residential unit block.
The thing is, I'm not even investing in that $200. I'm not even investing in a noise cancelling headphone. I am paying about $60 to $70 for an amplifier, for a headphone amplifier, and then the rest will go on to just a decent headphone. You know what I mean? It's not noise cancelling. And I'm willing to put up with if you want to play the music while I have the headphone and the amplifier on me during daytime, and you want to play your classical music out loud. I'm fine with that. You know, because you throw in 100, I throw in 100 to solve this issue. That's already there. You know, as if you were in my situation, you wouldn't throw 100 in just to solve the issue for 9 weeks, and then go on your holiday.
Yeah.
And I'll be out in 9 weeks anyway. So, and the rent at this place is pretty affordable for both of us.
Yeah, the bottom line is that number one, I can't afford to pay you for your headphones because I've already lost money because of this issue, because of you playing your guitar. I'm already behind on my deadlines, I've already missed deadlines, so it's already cost me money, so I don't have the money to lay out. That's the bottom line. If we don't resolve it, I'm happy to persevere and go to the ACAT court. Whether you move or not, I will still look to claim damages because of the income that I've already lost. And the other issue is the fact that I'm not willing to pay somebody something for something that they shouldn't be doing, because you shouldn't be. And when you move to your new apartment, I'm sure your neighbours won't want you playing that noise to that extent of over 50 decibels when it should be 4.5 in where you're living. So the bottom line is that I can't afford it. I'm not willing to be able to pay somebody something I shouldn't be doing.
So, alright, let's go with the bottom line. You say you can't afford it. Alright, it's only 100 each. Nothing too big. Whereas, like, you suggested that we all both get noise cancelling headphones. That would be like 200 from you, 200 from myself. You know what I mean? And I haven't even calculated the part where I have to get the
I already
amplifier
have
for it too.
headphones. I'm just saying that I will use
Yeah.
them to be able to.
So you have headphones already, and you think it's fair for me to buy headphones out of it. So, I mean, with that bottom line, we could just change it to, once you get paid, you put that 100 in, and I put that 100. I'll buy the thing first, but then once you get paid, you throw that 100 in. So make it fair for both of our part. And you say with the court, you might not even win there, because have you considered the fact that you might not even have enough money to, go to, like you said, you've been losing money. You might not have enough money to, get someone for lawyers to sue me for claim damage. And you have to get a lawyer yourself, which means you have to bring up your own income as well.
I
So
probably
that's
wouldn't use a lawyer for a cat court. We just represent ourselves.
in the same time that would cost as well. But and then the
I
time.
would look to claim back the court costs from you. I am confident that I would win because it's against the Residential Tenancies Act. You are actually breaking the law. I've already measured the decibels as to what you're playing compared to what it should be in a residential unit, and I have created a log of all the times that you are preventing me from working, so I've got an actual log as evidence to be able to say this is the times that you've stopped me from earning my income. So I do have it all logged and ready to go, so I am prepared to go down that.
But
that
in the
route
same
if I
time,
need
I
to.
could claim that as you just making all that stuff. You don't have any evidence besides your own claims. And I can also just, in the recent weeks, just tone it down to a little bit.
I have already started recording when I am logging the times that you are playing it, and it does come through very loud on my recording device. So I'm more than happy to use that as evidence.
But that's just on your claim. So, but it's not, you know, that's only your evidence. It's not more